Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow. And as you can see, I'm not doing so well. If you take a look at my eye, I look like a monster, and it's just watering and it's terrible. We were driving yesterday or the day before yesterday with the top down in the highway, and something flew into my eye, and I think it's some sort of dust, something. I felt it. I knew when it happened, and it just hasn't flushed out. And so my eye's just been increasingly swollen and just bad. So I've got a doctor's appointment today at 1:45. Hopefully they can direct me on how to fix it. But until then, you'll just have to deal with me looking like a swamp ogre monster. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna debunk something here that has been weighing on me for quite a while. I've talked about it many times, but I've never shown the proof. I mean, I have, but in a sporadic video, kind of off the cuff. And I'm going to put this shit to bed today. We're going to talk about some Cardano developments and news, and we're going to get into some Bitcoin price action, because this morning has been very interesting. We're trying to figure out what direction the week is going to take. And I like to start studying the market at open at 9:30 in the U.S. market, and we're setting the lines. We're setting it up, and I know that there are some CME gaps and things that I think still need to fill, but we dropped all the way down beyond like 41,000. So we've done quite a bit, but we're going to put this to bed. I have talked several times about calling the market peak, and in the 2021 market, and not only that, but calling the double peak. And I still get people in my comments and on Twitter saying it never happened. So we're going to put this to bed, and then we're going to move on. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. But for all of the newcomers that are reading, and they read in the comments, yeah, this is real. Okay. So basically, I wrote this thing. This is on my Ko-Fi, which, you'll see underneath. But I got a lot of flack at the time. So the first thing I did, you'll see, this was Bitcoin's peak, okay? And I just simply said the market just peaked. You can see the date, April 13th, 2021. Look it up. Look up Bitcoin's price that day and what happened after this post. And then I got a lot of hell, and I got a lot of flack. A lot of people were trying to say I was trying to FUD the market to try and push the market down, which is just nonsensical. But that's just the sentiment of some people that don't understand how things work. I was literally getting on a jet to Puerto Rico when I posted this. I was walking up the steps on Twitter while I still had Wi-Fi, and I posted this. And then later that afternoon, I posted this. You'll see the date, April 13th. This was 6:30 p.m. I meant the first of two cycle peaks. This isn't the end, but a pause and a reset. I could always be wrong. Okay? And I posted this the same day I called the peak, folks. Okay? Nobody, show me anybody that made this call on Twitter, on YouTube, or anywhere. I don't think there was anyone. Okay? So when I see the comments trying to pretend that this never happened, it kind of bothers me, okay? Because that just says you aren't paying attention. You don't follow me on Twitter. You're not following me on YouTube. You're just not following me. And, I would get comments like this: Crow, you were wrong. Love you, but admit defeat and don't try and keep your prediction going. This is April 13th. June 12th, you still think he was wrong? All-time high of Bitcoin was April, the 13th of April. So, everything else speaks for itself. And the point of me showing this is, listen, I'm always right sometimes, okay? And I try to do things to educate and to try and prepare. And, one of the comments I saw recently was that I didn't start selling my Cardano. I didn't sell it at the peak. And no, I did not. And the comment was, you didn't call the market peak because you didn't start selling until it was like maybe $2 or $1.50, right? So I did call the peak. But as I said, I called the peak as I was getting on a plane. All of my computers and everything were in boxes on the plane. That's one thing. Two, when we got to Puerto Rico, we stayed in an Airbnb for like 2 or 3 weeks while we were looking for a house. Nothing I could do. Everything remained boxed and locked up. Then when we finally found a house, We had to move in. That took a little while. Get things set up. By the time I started getting things set up, I ended up with vertigo so bad, I couldn't get out of bed for like months. My wife hunted everywhere to try and find something for me to help me clear up my vertigo so I could walk, not crawl, to the bathroom. So that's why I didn't start selling right away, because I didn't have a damn choice. I couldn't do anything. She finally discovered meclizine, which we were able to buy from like a local pharmacy for like $5, and it cured me right up. By that point, there was so much happening in the market, and I thought, well, I'll just wait it out. And I just said, you know what, it is what it is, and I just stopped worrying about it. It might have been the edibles, I don't know, but no, I didn't start. I set a stop limit order for, I think, like half of my ADA at like $2, and it hit like 3 times. Boom, 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 it hit. So I knew that it was over. And so from that point, I think we were moving again. I can't remember exactly what happened around that time. But then I ended up liquidating the rest at like $1.50 or something to that effect. And then people said, but you waited. Yes, I waited because I called the peak. That was confirmed. Everybody had to make their own choice. I don't tell everybody everything I do in real time, because if I am wrong, I don't want everyone following me over a cliff. I like to be cautious. As I say, I'm always right sometimes. All it takes is one time you're wrong, and everybody follows you, and you're hated forever. Never mind all the times you're right. Never mind all the education, all the good things, everything you try to do for people. It's that one time you're wrong that everybody holds against you. People forget the good very easily. People remember the bad forever. And so I'm always very cautious. And not only that, I just didn't want to lead anybody down a wrong path. What if I am wrong? What if some crazy thing happened in the market and sent the market flying back up? You just never know. And when I always say I don't give financial advice because I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and it's not my job to tell you what to do with your crypto. It's not my job to tell you what to do with your money. It is your job. All you can do is take whatever resources you have available to you and make a conscious decision that you think benefits yourself according to your own personal financial situation and the timing and everything else. Okay? What I do may be right for me, but not right for you. It all depends on your plan. Okay. So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear once and for all, because I'm tired of seeing the comments that just don't seem to know what they're talking about. And listen, I appreciate everybody that watches and posts the comments. But you know, it gave me an opportunity to prove everybody wrong once and for all. Now I've showed both of the tweets. Those are real. Go look them up. You can go to my Ko-Fi account. It's free. You can find this post in the blog. You can click these yourself. Takes you right to Twitter where I posted the post. Let's just end this BS. Okay. Now, oh yeah, I need to go back. Let's see. Where is it? There's an article that just released about my wife and I today on dailymail.co.uk. This has actually been picking up on other places. I know like 3 other big like online magazines or whatever have picked this up. And it's just all about my wife and I. There are old photos of us. I mean, hell, this was back in, I don't know, 2018, maybe 20. I can't even remember when this photo was. We both changed so much since then. But it's just a fun little read, man, for any of you guys that are interested in our life and kind of how we roll. This is pretty much it. You know, it's just a lot of Q&A and things related to us and our 2-foot height difference. Me being 7 foot, her being 5 foot. And it's just a fun article, and I was very pleased to see it. Actually, it was a good write-up, and several other magazines and things are popping up with this as well. So, you guys, if you want, you help me out in the comments and post my YouTube channel. They're a place down here. There's a 2-foot difference between my wife and I. My round beer belly. I thought that was actually kind of clever. But the engagement does help the article. So if you want to spread the news of Crow and his wife all over the place, I would love it for some of you guys to get involved. And let's show what the murder of crows does to a big article that comes out all over the internet. You can find the article. Well, maybe I'll put it in the description below. And I just think it's some good fun. So you guys can help me tell my story in the article. Who am I? Let them know. Let them know who the murderer a crow's is. That would be fun. All right. Looking at Bitcoin. Oh, please tell me we're not going back. Yeah, okay, of course we are. All right, so looking at the price of Bitcoin right now, obviously we've dumped dramatically. This is a weekly candle here, and this is what I wanted to show. So I'm going to pull this up. I hate saying all the time. Sorry, I drive myself crazy, but I got to keep wiping my eye as well. So we're getting a little bit more of a pullback. We could be coming down even further, but I wanted to show this. A lot of people are kind of questioning, like, where do we go from here? What's coming? What's happening? And listen, you'll see. So right now we are. So before we started to pump, okay, these are weekly candles, but before we started to significantly pump to the upside over a period of many weeks, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 10 weeks, okay. The pump started 182 days prior to the halving. That's what this green line is. This is the future halving in April, okay? And so 26 bars or 182 days, we started a pump to the upside. And this is about par for the course of what we've known to expect pre-halving pumps. A very similar thing happened here. 133 days, we kind of start here, and we moved up. And we basically caught a 55% upswell in price on Bitcoin before we got a substantial dip. And I think this dip here was around 65% before we started to turn around. So that being said, the week of this dip, let's just say that started 77 days prior to the previous halving, leading into 2020. Okay, so this is why a lot of people are calling for a major crash that could still be potentially possible leading into this halving here. You'll notice back here in the 2016 into 2017 bull run, we got a 76.6% pump before we then dropped on this candle right before the halving. And this pump ultimately took place. I mean, we ranged here sideways for quite some time, and the pump didn't happen until 42 days out. So ultimately, what we got in 2018, like the 2017, 2016, what we got in here is the polar opposite of what we saw in the 2020 cycle. Okay. And so that's been kind of freaking people out, making people wonder, what exactly are we to look for here? What's happening in this cycle? And I think that we are more in, here's the thing. We have the Bitcoin ETF coming. It's very likely that they're going to get passed. They're finalizing details right now. They're probably all going to pass at the same time. But the question is, do we pump because of the ETF approval, or do we dump because of the ETF approval? And that is what I'll be waiting for. If it were to happen in January, this is January 1st. So if we're getting a pre-approval pump leading into basically the rumor, you buy the rumor and then you sell the news. When the news comes out, my belief is they have reserves in place to dump the price of Bitcoin, possibly 50, 60%, so that they can fill their bags leading into the next halving. This is what I believe. Originally, I thought we are more akin to the 2017 market, where we basically just got a pump and then we dropped a little bit before moving into the halving. But this ETF stuff with these institutions, I just don't think it could go either way. But everybody thinks that we're going to basically get these ETFs passed and then the price is going to pump to the moon immediately. But I just don't think that institutions work that way. They have a hell of a lot more clout, power, relationships, you name it, than we do. If they want to drop the price of that Bitcoin, they're going to do it, and they're going to be able to do it quite easily in the grand scheme of things. And technically, they really only have to do that on a couple of major exchanges, because those are going to be liquidity pipelines for other exchanges. So we're going to see that price take effect across the globe on all major exchanges. We can even see, when I did my video, was it Friday, and I was showing how Binance plummeted all the way to 41,000, but none of the other exchanges did. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think there was more to that story than just some freak accident happening on Binance, because that feed didn't spread throughout all of crypto, but it did over the weekend, did it not? And we basically saw Binance's wick line fill across all other exchanges, which is basically what we're recovering from now, if we're to recover. So looking at Cardano's price, we bounced off of the support line here at around 53 cents. Yes, my semi-pro, I call it a semi-prediction video, because I basically said that we were likely going to hit 50 cents soon. And, you know, I think that the potential is there for us to hit $1 by the end of this month. But we've only got a couple weeks left, and there is some potential that maybe we get a drop in the short term before we get a bit of a Christmas pump. We'll see what happens, but I just don't, I don't know 100% what I think is going to come down the pipe just yet. I think it's going to be a big deal if we were to drop below the support line. Then, you know, then we'll see. If we break through support to the downside, close below it, we might get a bit more of a drop. But I don't really think I'm going to see much of this stuff happen. We might get a Christmas rally prior to January, once we've kind of filled some CME gaps in the meantime for Bitcoin. And then at that point, unfortunately, then maybe in January we see these ETFs pass, and I think we're probably going to drop pretty significantly. I did think that we were going to be more akin to 2017 and just see it through. We were going to pump, probably range to the halving, and then go from there. But I think these ETFs are going to cause a dump. I just do. I don't trust any of these institutions. I don't trust any of these financial people that I want to call them something else, but I feel like they manipulate things any way they want to. And you know, while we're looking at, you know, something with not even, you know, $1 trillion market cap right now, you know, they can move markets, you know, $23 million to move the price of Bitcoin $1,000. If you don't think they've got $1 billion or $2 billion sitting around to dump the price of Bitcoin while they basically prepare billions and billions of dollars to buy in at those lows, the local lows anyway, you're crazy. So that's basically what I think is happening right now. Cardano's weekly development report, the initial version of Conway conformance testing is implemented. Preparations for Lace 1.0 or 1.8 release. That'd be nice, because I like how Lace Wallet looks, but I found it kind of wonky. Maybe released a little too early. Marlow TS SDK beta released, and payouts DApp prototype overview has been published. Hydra monthly review meeting and November report has been published. I need to go read that. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video tomorrow on that. Intersect Committee continue forging a secure collaborative ecosystem. Registration is open for Catalyst community reviewers. You know, I posted SoBlocks to Project Catalyst, and I'm not seeing it getting all that much support, which really surprises me. I know that I have thousands and thousands of you guys out there that have been following me since 2017. Maybe a lot of you just made so much money in the 2017, 2018 market buying Cardano that you just left for good. I don't know. Maybe some of you have come back. Maybe some of you are just starting to get back now. But I'd really appreciate some support on that Project Catalyst proposal. It's such a wonky thing to me. I don't even know when voting has begun, if it has, if it's going too soon. But yeah, I'll try to fill everybody in on that. And the Haskell course is planning for 2024. Ultimately, the teams are looking to release a course for learning to develop on Cardano's core programming language, Haskell, which I might even take part in. Who knows? 152 projects launched. 9.1 million native asset tokens launched, 6,260 Plutus version 1 scripts, Plutus version 2 scripts, almost 5,000 projects in development, 1,307. So there have been 152 launched with over 1,300 still in development, 81,621 token policies in place with almost 80 million transactions to date. Some big news, folks, and it's all good. It's all very good. And then finally here, we've got Cardano has reached the top 10 of TVL as it's exploded over the past month. Cardano DeFi tokens are experiencing a boom. I want to see DeFi kingdoms on Cardano. Okay, I really do. I know that it's been pumping. People have been getting very excited about DeFi Kingdoms. I just summoned my first character, my first hero in that game, and it was pretty cool. Nothing significant, but it was pretty cool. And I've just been doing little missions and things. I haven't done anything this weekend. I've just been basically getting dust caught in my eye that I need to try and remedy. So, after sinking to a yearly low of $36.7 billion in mid-October, total value locked across all decentralized finance protocols staged a recovery over the past 6 weeks. Cardano in particular has been among the top gainers during this recovery phase, entering the top 10 DeFi protocols for the first time after posting a 49% increase in TVL over the past month. Folks, I've got a question for you. Okay. My question is thus: what do you think is going to happen to Cardano over the next year? You know, we see so many of the fudsters out there that hold bags of other projects, and they'd love nothing more than to try and FUD people out of having interest in Cardano. But I think the proof is in the pudding. Everything that I've said over the past year, everything that I've said over the bear market has already pretty much come to fruition, except for exact price predictions. And when I tell you guys stuff on YouTube, I'm not telling you because I'm trying to pump my own bags or because I don't have that kind of power. I think the most I've ever moved a market capitalization in a day was maybe 10 million. And that was on, you know, much lower cap altcoins. Okay. And, you know, I had a short in this morning and I closed it at like $140 negative. And of course the price is moving further down. I thought that that it was set, but it looks like we might be going a little further. So that stinks. I'm going to have to go back in. I'm going to go ahead and do this right now while I'm on it. And it's not because my indicator has said anything. I just think that's probably where we're going for right now. So anyway, I just went into a short on my Fairdesk account. And here, I'll show you guys real quick. I can't see with my left eye very well with that light flashing in it. So yeah. There we go. So yeah, I basically had a couple lost trades. I've been up and down, man. I am going to, at some point when I get enough discipline, I'm going to basically just trade on my indicator. I want to be able to go live, but I want to wait until my eye is better. And I want to be able to go live in the mornings, watch the market opens, and then, and just trade my indicator using my screener where it's basically just going to alert me to trades that are happening. And of course, now that I go short, we get a little bit of a pullback, but I'm just going to let that go for a little while. I'm already down a little bit. So, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I really appreciate my Fairdesk sponsorship. Details are below for those of you that are interested. But, you know, ultimately in a nutshell, folks, I really do try to educate everybody on Cardano. I try to get everybody into, like, people that are new to the crypto space. I try to tell them, listen, you know, go to my YouTube channel, check my my playlist for new people getting started, and then go and just watch all of my Cardano playlist videos, and you'll learn everything you want to know about Cardano. Anything you need to know, probably a lot more. I just think that, you know, this market is going to be another life-changing market between now and to 2025. And I want to see everybody's lives get better. And I want to see, you know, I just want to see everybody do really well. And I have a lot of plans for the future, and I'm hoping that they all come to fruition. And, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. But ultimately, I think Cardano is going to be one of the major front runners of this new bull market. And I think post ETF launching announcements, all of that stuff, I think we're going to see some significant moves in the crypto space. And I do believe that even though the SEC and a lot of these regulatory bodies keep trying to paint these pictures of doom and gloom, I just think that's what they do. I think that's what they do, and it's almost always in favor of their banking partners. I think they know the inevitable is coming, and I think they also believe that they're going to have a firm grasp on it through CBDCs and other digital tech that are going to help them achieve what they want to achieve while still, because here's the thing, if they were to shut down all of crypto, then there'd be nobody willing to adopt CBDCs. They have to have the regular cryptocurrency space to bring people in with one thing in mind: gain potential, right? They need to really be able to get an educated system around the cryptocurrency space for people to feel more comfortable in using and adopting CBDCs. And people are going to really have to adopt them, at least initially, voluntarily, and there has to be some excitement around it, or I don't think they're going to see the adoption that they want. And I know that the U.S. government, Congress, are already trying to keep it out, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, but it's Monday. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm definitely going to be working on my eye, and hopefully I can get this thing better. I'm supposed to be going to Vegas on Thursday. For the Karate Combat IFC event. I really want to go. I'm not sure what is going to be happening with my eye, but as you can see, it's really bad. So I'll see what the doctor says today, and I'll update you guys tomorrow. And until next time, crow your coins, and I'll see you again soon. Hopefully with both eyes.